Godcaster here, and yes, we heard you all loud and clear. I'm back again to feed your spoiler hunger and give you more One Piece content. Trust me, I know how tough break week can get, but don't worry, I've got you all covered. So if you didn't see the last spoiler video, I'm gonna pretty much follow the same format where I read through the entire spoilers, break them down, and then do a little bit of theory crafting and guesswork for what it means for this story. That being said, this is your chance to click off of the video if you want to remain spoiler free, but for my real pirates, let's get ready to go ahead and set sail. Okay, so before we dive in, I just gotta say, the spoilers are a little bit funky this time because they went back and added more, but anyway, this is how they read. Chapter 1062, titled Adventure in the Land of Science. Cover art, Chocola Town is covered in ice. Bonnie reveals that her father, Kuma, was made into a weapon by Vegapunk. There are 6 different Vegapunks because of how occupied he is with research. CP0 Agents are coming to kill Vegapunk. They have Seraphim Kuma with them. Lucy, Kaku, and Stussy are sent to kill Vegapunk. Seraphim Kuma has no devil fruit power, which means Seraphim cannot copy Kuma's devil fruit. The other punks have their own free will and traits. Vegapunk 02 is kind of evil. CP0 are after Vegapunk because the world government and higher ups there think he knows too much. Lucy and Kaku and Stussy's new mission is to kill Vegapunk. CP0 and Seraphim Kuma are hiding in Egghead Island, and Vegapunk is similar to Pain from Naruto. Alright, now that we've read through the spoilers, let's go ahead and start at the top. Adventure in the Land of Science really makes me curious as to how long this adventure will be. I don't expect it will be more than 30 chapters or so, probably even less, but nonetheless, it seems like this arc is going to be very interesting to me. The word adventure is always grandiose and exciting, so I'm pretty hyped. And I don't know why, but I keep getting Sabaody flashbacks, and I'm hoping we see Luffy like jumping around on some flying cars, riding on a hoverboard, or something crazy like that. Definitely Back to the Future PTSD. Next up, Chocola Town being covered in ice immediately has my wheels spinning because I know when this cover story started, I was hearing a lot of theories about Blackbeard attacking or invading Whole Cake Island. And where we are in the story, we kind of know where Blackbeard is, or at best was pretty recently. But it's fully possible that Aokiji went to Whole Cake Island. I mean, literally anytime I think of anything covered in ice in relation to One Piece, I'm gonna think of Aokiji. And not just because of his drip. But no, seriously. I think Aokiji is definitely in Sword, so it makes me super curious as to why he would go to Whole Cake Island. But nonetheless, I'm beginning to think he definitely went now. Okay, diving into the actual chapter, Bonnie revealing Kuma is her dad finally gives us some answers on their relationship and on her age, because Kuma is about like 45, I think, pre-time skip, which makes me assume she's definitely in her mid-ish 20s. Also, shout out to Bonnie for fooling the whole fandom, because I know that I wasn't the only person confused as to whether she was actually Queen Connie, using her power to make herself young and live her life as a pirate, or Bonnie using her power to turn herself old. Now we know which is which, and I feel a little bit better, or a lot better, about my love for a certain pink-haired girl. Moving on, there are 6 different Vegapunks because of how occupied he is with his research, so it looks like a lot of us were right and wrong at the same time. A lot of people were speculating as to whether 02 was the real Vegapunk or a clone. Vegapunk is a brain in a jar, Vegapunk transferred his consciousness. There was a lot of theories, but it turns out there are 6, which kind of makes me think of Dr. Manhattan, especially in like the Watchmen movie, when he's doing a lot of different things at once. But we're not going to dig too deep into that. Anyway, I think we've all been there where we wish we had multiple clones to go and do work for us. But go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back if you had any thoughts on Punk 02. You were probably half right. Okay, CP0 Agents Lucy, Kaku, and Stussy are coming to kill Vegapunk and have Seraphim Kuma with them. I'm not gonna lie, this I did not expect at all, but man, we gotta be honest, what's going on with the world government? They're sending CP0 everywhere for literally like the last 4 arcs. I mean, Dressrosa, Whole Cake, Wano, and now Egghead, and CP0 literally isn't getting anything done. Lucy, I'm gonna be honest, man, you gotta step it up. But luckily, it seems like he might finally get to fight the Straw Hats himself this arc since he's pulling up, which I personally think will be pretty interesting, but let's be honest, he's probably gonna get done like Bellamy. Just saying. Next up, Seraphim Kuma has no Devil Fruit power, which means Seraphim cannot copy Kuma's Devil Fruit. This line right here changes everything. If the Seraphim can't copy Kuma's Devil Fruit, that's one thing, but if the Seraphim don't have the Warlord's Devil Fruits, that's huge, because yes, they are still menaces, but this tones them down as a threat by a significant amount. I mean, if that's the case, I don't think they're going to be out here folding Supernova and Yonko, but definitely slowing them down just a bit. We saw Blackbeard had to use Armament Hockey against Kid Hawk, but I think that's pretty much where it begins and ends. At the very least, Kid Hawk is definitely the leader of the pack when it comes to the Seraphim. Alright, so the other Vegapunks have their own free will and traits, and Punko 2 is kinda evil. I'm not gonna lie, Punko 2 is kinda evil might be the funniest line I've ever read. I literally laughed out loud. I wonder what makes her evil, but I'm just hoping that she's not torturing the crew or anything heinous like that. But just reading, yeah, this cute girl in a mech is kinda evil, made me chuckle a little bit. But it is good to know that all 6 Vegapunks are pretty autonomous. It'll definitely be an interesting moment if we see all of them together. It kind of makes me think of that Teen Titans episode with Raven, and I'm really hoping for a scene like that. Okay, CP0 is after Vegapunk because the world government and higher-ups think he knows too much. I mean, look, at this point I think the world government is just cleaning house and gearing up to reset the world or like push their evil regime or whatever they have planned. Because yeeting Vegapunk, who might be the strongest tool in their shed, is kind of an insane move. But that being said, we are definitely going to learn something very, very interesting from Vegapunk during this arc, and I, for one, cannot wait. I mean, maybe we learn something about the Void Century or Eam or even Luffy as Joy Boy. That's a little bit of a stretch, I think, but Vegapunk is like 500 years advanced. I don't think his knowledge really knows any bounds, so we'll see. And then last but not least, Vegapunk is similar to Pain from Naruto. Now, this line is a real head scratcher because it makes me think we either see Vegapunk 01 or most of, if not all of the Vegapunks together at some point in this chapter. And now that we've seen Punk 02, I'm super curious as to what the OG Vegapunk looks like. I'm calling it now. Vegapunk definitely has those ancient eyes Eam and Zunisha have. At least I hope. I think it would be really cool. Also, I can see it now, the influx of Vegapunk for Namika. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it would be interesting. But I do keep thinking back to Wano and how the Beast Pirates were sort of led by strength or followed the strongest. And I just keep thinking, wow, the Grand Fleet is going to be insane. I'm pretty sure the Samurai and the Beast Pirates will be in it. Just a hunch. But Vegapunk added to that is going to be absolutely nuts. But that's it for this week's spoilers. I hope you all enjoyed. If you liked it, leave a like and feel free to comment your thoughts and theories down below. If you haven't subscribed to the GOAT, B.D.A. Law, then go ahead and ring that bell. And if you want to see more of me, my Twitch and YouTube are the Godcaster. All one word, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Okay, I start doubting me, I felt lost.